Hey guys, just Friday's class, so I'll go through it with you just real quickly. Okay, so Friday, our warm-up. Okay, we're looking at a glute mash, a banded, a lat stretch, okay, and it dislocates. Okay, so our glute mash, we can take either foam roller if that's what we have. Okay, we can use one of the balls that we would normally use in the gym, slitter, golf ball, whatever it might be. So what we're looking to do is to massage basically the top part of our glute. So up here, that's where we're really looking to kind of work into as much as we can. So it's coming down onto my foam roller or ball, whatever it might be, pushing my weight down onto that side and rolling as much as I can. If you can take your weight off your feet, okay, so it's going to be applied down through the glute, then try and do that as much as you can. So you're going to do that for 30 seconds or so on each side. Okay, once you have that done, it is into a banded lat stretch. Okay, this is if you have a band. If not, I'll show an alternative in a second. So hand comes up underneath the band. I'm going to grip the band, pulling back. Okay, if I'm doing my right side, I'm stepping back with my right leg. Okay, keeping my body nice and straight, and then I'm lowering my chest down towards my knee. If I can increase the stretch, I'm going to rotate my hands and my palm faces away from my body. Is that okay? So 30 seconds on each side with that. If you don't have access to a band or somewhere to hook it up to, what we can do is we can do a lat stretch with our hands resting on an elevated platform or even up against the wall. Okay, so for example, I'm using the bar here. You might use a table or chair, whatever it might be. Okay, I'm going to come down, kneeling position. I'm going to sit my hips back. I want to tuck my pelvis under so I'm not arching my lower back too much. Okay, and then I'm going to push my head and chest right through down towards the floor. I'm going to hold for 30 seconds, relax, and coming back up. Okay, and then last thing we're going to do is just our dislocates. Okay, so taking a band if we have a band. Okay, overhand grip. Okay, and then from there all the way over and back. If you don't have a band to do that, what we can use is roll up a towel, or we can just use a dowel, so using the sweep brush handle or whatever it might be. Is that okay? So as usual, trying to get 3 rounds of that done as best you can. The Metcon is a 15-minute AMRAP. Okay, so it is a 15-minute AMRAP. We're obviously going to need a weight. Ideally, in a perfect world, we would be using a plate, but if you don't have access to a plate, what we can just use is a dumbbell, kettlebell, whatever it might be. Okay, just be careful obviously when we're using kettlebell or dumbbell. They're just a little bit more awkward than using the plate for these movements. So it is 15 minutes, as many rounds as possible. What we're going to be looking at is 10 ground to overhead, 10 overhead lunges, 10 Russian twists, and then 20 star jumps. Okay, so our ground to overhead is a slightly wider than usual stance. Okay, holding onto our plate, thumbs will be facing away, so they will be this side of the plate. That's the easiest way to kind of have it set up. Okay, chest is always up and eyes are always looking forward. So we are not doing this, please don't be doing this. Okay, it is chest up, looking forward, down to touch, bringing to my chest and pushing that weight all the way up overhead. So you're going to do 10 of those. Once you have 10 of those done, we're going to go into 10 overhead lunges. So keeping that plate fully extended overhead, we can go back or we can go forward, whichever you prefer, alternating over and back between left and right. If you find it too difficult to hold your weight up overhead, you can bring it down to chest height, okay, and hold it like a goblet, either if it is a dumbbell or kettlebell that you're using. Is that okay? If you find that too difficult, then just revert back to normal body weight lunges. From there, we're going to sit down into Russian twists. Okay, so Russian twists. Okay, his feet crossed if we can and elevate it up. If not, we can just rest our heels on the ground. Okay, and then from there, trying to engage your core as much as you can, keeping nice and tight. So we want to resist that movement, okay, in our body. So it's not always about speed and the legs are flying all over the place. Okay, we need to make sure that we are keeping that core nice and tight and resisting that kind of movement in our body. And then last thing we're going to do, a little bit different. Never really done these before, but it's just something just to elevate our heart rate, just something a little bit different. Okay, because I know it's hard to kind of get different movements in for these type of things. So we're going to do 20 star jumps at the end, okay, of a round. So star jumps, it's just standing position, out wide, back in, all the way up and over for 20. Is that okay? So it is 15 minutes, as many rounds as possible in 15 minutes. It is 10 ground to overheads, 10 overhead lunges, or an alternative if you can't do them overhead, it is 10 Russian twists, and then it is 20 star jumps. 15 minutes, as many rounds as possible in that time. A super work, guys. I will talk to you in our classes either on Friday morning or Friday